Welcome to episode 6 of Geographics. Last time we've checked out some of the fresh waters on this island and went to the scorching volcano, and we've seen some very interesting creatures. But today we will take a closer look at the other half of the volcano, and we will take a look at some of the creatures that live here. If we go a little bit higher, from the point where we've stopped last time, we can see that the scorching wasteland continues. You can also find even more insect critters. One of them would be the giant centipede known as Arthropleura falsangus. This prehistoric arthropod is much larger than the centipedes we have on Earth, and even larger than the Arthropleura fossils we found. And those were 3 meters long. But the ones on this island are more than twice the length, growing up to 6 or even 7 meters. Arthropleura is a very aggressive predator, but greatly prefers to eat meat after it has spoiled. So much that it will leave its home to follow a creature just to wait until it dies. The blood of Arthropleura has a very low pH, to a point that it can dissolve many materials. This acid blood splashes back onto anything that directly attacks it, weakening the durability of melee attacks, and that's why many creatures refuse to feed on this insect. Arthropleura can spit some of this acid blood out of its mouth to melt through skin and flesh. If we move a little bit more, we come to this giant crack in the mountain, the so-called World Scar, a giant cave system inside the volcano. The bottom of this trench is covered in scorching rock and streams of lava that would melt your flesh from your bones. But even inside of this death trench is life. Very strange life. The only creatures that live here is no other than Draconis vipera, also known as the Wyvern, the Flying Death. There are 3 different kinds of wyverns living inside of this trench. Each one of them can spit a different elemental projectile from their mouth. The type of projectile is tied to the color of the wyvern scales. While some spit fire, others unleash poisonous acid that bursts into clouds of deadly poison as soon as they hit an object. And some can spit bursts of bioelectricity. Draconis vipera lays their eggs in a nest which the creature builds out of thatch, wood and fiber. They also build the nest inside of the holes, inside of the wall of this trench. Wyverns are very aggressive and will defend the territory and young with everything they got. Draconis vipera hunt similar to modern day eagles and hawks. They will fly with high speed towards their prey and grab it with their sharp hook-like talons. After that, they will bring it back to their nesting location to feed it to their young. Let's follow the stream of lava and go out of this trench to the foot of the volcano, which is very close to the ocean. Out here we can see another dragon kind, the Atlas drake, an impressive species of dragon. The Atlas drake has adapted to flight in a different way as the wyvern. As a species of dragon adapted to soaring long distances over big oceans, it is capable of regenerating its stamina by hovering mid-flight. The Atlas drake is also immune to fire thanks to its tough scales. It also possesses a very strong fire breath capable of killing most prey or enemies alike in an instant. The Atlas Drake could use its ability of flight to hunt, but it rather hunts on the ground, and this is why it prefers slow and big prey, for an example big herbivores like the Bronto. The Atlas Drake only flies when it travels to another region, and they only do that when they need to find a mate. Let's go back to the top of the volcano and take a look at the volcano crater, a massive hole filled with lava. Every now and then the volcano will eventually erupt. When it does that, it will spit a lot of ash in the air, darkening the very sky. Several streams of lava will flow down the volcano, and if that wasn't enough, the volcano will spit out burning boulders. The only creature that lives near or even inside of the crater is the mythical beast known as Inferno. A hellish creature, made out of rock and flames. Their power over fire and sheer physical strength is incredibly frightening and overwhelming as well. Their firepower is so strong that it can put creatures on fire even though they're immune to be set on fire. The Infernal's defense is not only the benefit but also the weakness. They are simply made out of volcanic rock and fire. That does not give them a lot of defense towards physical attacks, since volcanic rock is less dense and lighter than normal rock. The Infernal can summon massive fire projectiles above its head, and will throw them at the enemies. The Infernal does not eat meat, it only feeds on minerals, but the Infernal is very aggressive and territorial, and will attack everything that comes too close. The Infernal is a living doom machine, and only kills creatures just for fun. The flames of the Infernal are the most powerful fire-based attacks ever known to humankind. The fire is so hot that it can melt metal easily, and shatter rock if it was nothing. When the Infernal is about to die in a fight, it will enter an enraged state. During that, it will deal way more damage than usually, and can burn enemies to death by just touching them. Let's leave the scorching wasteland and move over the next biome. Another snow region, high in the mountains, similar to the one we've already seen, but with one major difference. It's way bigger and even colder than the first snow region. The so-called murder snow. This area got its name not only from the incredible cold temperatures, but also from the deadly predators that live here. During the day, the temperatures can reach -60 degrees. The first creature that can be found here is Curladonta utilizero, also known as the woolly rhino. Curladonta is a very friendly herbivore. Common to the grasslands and tundras of this island. It will spend its time with feeding on grass or other plants that can be found in this area. Thanks to their thick hide and fur, they are safe from the cold weather, but only during the day. During the night, they will cuddle with all the other rhinos in their herd, similar to the king penguin we have on Earth. The woolly rhino allows other creatures like the mammoth to join the herd, to protect each other from predators or the freezing temperatures during the night. When Curladonta gets attacked, it will start to charge at its foe. Builds up momentum as it charges, and depending on its ultimate impact speed, the results can be terrifying. With enough room to charge, it can even kill the largest creatures in one go. One apex predator that lives here is the Ankylosaurus. Ankylosaurus is a species of mammal-like reptiles from a time before the dinosaurs. It is adapted to hunt prey that fights back. Ankylosaurus has adapted in a strange way. It is very warm-blooded, more so than traditional warm-blooded mammals. A strange chemical seems to be the source of this body temperature, granting this creature strong metabolism and a strange defense. Ankylosaurus is very volatile to physical contact. Wounds by foes cause the blood to spill out, and the strange chemical quickly reacts to be exposed to air, rapidly bursting into flames, lights the attacker on fire. Chemical also helps Ankylosaurus to heal its wounds, because as soon as the blood spills out, the flames help to cauterize and heal the wound, allowing Ankylosaurus to completely heal from even the most grave wounds. Ankylosaurus feeds on basically anything that lives, although it is not adapted to hunt prey that runs away, because it is not the fastest runner and its stamina is not the best either. And that's why Ankylosaurus prefers bigger prey, or at least prey that fights back. Let's go even deeper into the murder snow. On top of the mountain, there's a true king of the sky, the Legiana, a flying wyvern of ice. Legiana is a slim flying wyvern, characterized by its leaf-like wingtips and striped skin patterns. Legiana's head is topped with a pair of antenna-like fins, which are attached via a thin membrane to the back of its neck. It has powerful legs ending in piercing talons. The end of its wings are separated into 4 distinct flaps, which overlap each other when folded. Its tail has 3 retractable fins on the left, right, and dorsal. This strange wing and tail structure allows Legiana to fly with such speed and agility like no other wyvern on this island. Legiana can emit a chilling wind from its body, which stalls its prey ability to escape. This chilling wind can Legiana only produce thanks to a special organ within its body. With its powerful legs and sharp claws, Legiana can grab its prey straight out of the sky, sometimes eating it mid-flight. Thanks to its strong claws, jaw, and the ability to freeze its prey, Legiana can easily take down other big carnivores, even some of the apexes, but it only fights against them when it has to defend its territory. But that's enough of this episode. Join us in the next one, where we will take a closer look at the massive canyon area. We will also go over to the swamp and take a closer look at the creatures that live in those biomes. I hope you liked episode 6 of our Ark Journey. Please leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more. Have a nice day, and I will see you guys in the next episode.